sa gani atong previous lesson, nag-repeat pa niya siya. Okay, so previously we tried to absorb the idea of the information system strategy triangle, which is the point of that idea. Ang bottom line is that we need to identify first the business strategy and considered IS or information and organizational strategy as supporting to business strategy. Although there are perspective wherein information system strategy or organizational strategy might be formulated along with business strategy. No, but in general, the practice first is to prioritize the target of the organization, for example, positioning the market or profit, or services, efficient services, or whatever target business value of that organizational strategy before we will implement information and organizational strategy. So the point of the previous lecture is the alignment of the support, the prioritization between this strategy triangle, whether we will have business, organizational, or IS or information strategy. If we will be confused which one is the priority, we will start with the business strategy and all things will follow. But there are instances wherein the organization itself is built on the business strategy. So, but definitely business strategy, if there are conflicts between the other aspects, we will decide first on the business strategy and consider other aspect as supporting strategy. Another important item, I think I'll just give a short question and answer just to evaluate what your opinion on why business strategy most probably drive organizational strategy or IS strategy, and what might be, I think, what will happen, meaning so what might happen if the business strategy was not the driver, and the unintended consequences of some of the information system implementation of the organization or technology oriented aspect of organization if we sometimes think of the technology first before the business strategy. There are cases that organization might forget the importance of business strategy and focus on the technological aspect because we want to use the technology in our in our organization. So we try to reevaluate sometimes ourselves that even if there are technologies, we need to remind ourselves that we are actually looking for the direction of the company first before we will implement technology. But there are cases, especially for technology-oriented organization, that we will find value of the technology and use it as a business strategy. No, there are cases in that, but anyway, the our advocacy is to determine first the business strategy, because we assume that the organization and information strategies are actually supporting business strategy in the end, and we try to determine the value. And to realize that, we share how to use, for example, the IS strategy triangle through an example of, I forgot Mrs. Sarwat's team example on the previous lecture. I think the value is on the Uber side. I think no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you also specifically identify specific item on those diagram about Uber and determining the value of business strategy and how it's dependent on information and organizational strategy. Okay, but on today's short lecture, this is also a summary, and I will try to record a video again about information use of information, a strategic use of information resources. So we now jump in to the IS strategy part, from business strategy, giving importance to business strategy as first part of business endeavor, which is normally, if we will define the direction of the business, I think everything will follow. And that's number one. Here we look at the information resources of the organization and identifying some useful assets that we need to move on to support our business strategy. This is more on this, and you can ask anytime while we're going discussion. Although the slides, I think this is more than 20 slides, but as much as possible, we can scan it until 7 p.m. Okay, let's allow me to proceed, and you can raise your hand if you have some clarifications or questions. So let's start with what is the role of IT, the justification of IT expenditures, the target of the information systems before, the information models, the dominate technology at the time, and the basis of value and the underlying economies of the use of computers in general or ICT in the organization. So let's start in a very interesting part, the primary role of IT. At least um, we have era 1 to 6, no, from 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, and up to 21, no. So example during the 1960s, which is not necessarily applicable to the Philippine setting, practice, we will imagine now that this is related to the general adoption of technology or primary purpose of various, especially medium and large organization. During 1960s, the purpose is actually efficiency of the organization, where we target automating existing paper-based processes. So during 60s is efficiency and target, and that's maybe until now the target of some of the government organization to be efficient with their process. The reason why we adopted IT or ICT in general, or information systems in the organization, is to make our process efficient, or to make the organization efficient. So until now, it's still true. It doesn't mean that if you are in year 2000, efficiency is still not applicable, because it carries with it, but it will not be used as a competitive advantage over other organizations. Sometimes we need information systems to exist, meaning ICT to survive, or to look at the sustainability of the organization, rather than making that as a primary purpose. Ay, hala. So, okay. So that's the point here. Um, wait. Kasi nag-join, kasi na po illegal, experience ba dito sa my cell na someone joined but it's not officially enrolled in the program. Okay, so that's the first target during 1960s, but as I've said, in the Philippine setting, especially for government organization, we are still looking at efficiency as the primary reason of acquiring IT in the organization. But in our discussion, this is particularly focused on medium and large enterprises, meaning small enterprises might not be considered as part of this issue, but at least 1960s. And during 1970s, we're looking at our effectiveness. We try to look at um, ideas wherein when we implement ICT in the organization, did we really solve problems and create opportunities, or to be effective rather than faster, or producing more output in lesser time, which is the target of the 1960s. The 1970s is to now examine whether we actually solve certain problems using ICT or create new opportunities. And in 1980s that we started looking ICT in a strategic perspective, meaning we are now looking at the direction of organization with ICT, rather than looking at decentralized value of IT in the organization. So now we have 80s and 90s, it is more strategic, meaning positioning our organization with IT, but appreciate the transition from efficiency to value creation of ICT, meaning when we purchase ICT resources in the organization as of now, year 2000, we are expecting to create value out of it, meaning to create more services for economic or whatever reasons valuable to the organization, or better service beyond efficiency and effectiveness. no? Because when you put value creation, we are now using IT in positioning products or services in the organization. So let's look at, and because we are in the Philippine setting, we can now look at the value, the idea of the role of IT strategically in the organization. In 1980s, for example, increase individual and group effectiveness, and in 1990s, transform industry or organization. So sige, I'll ask na lang other para you have some participation po, no? So which part kaya in Iligan City or in IIT or in your existing organization, what is the primary role of IT? Which era siya nga part as of now? What is the primary role of acquisition of IT in the organization? Where should I start? Or interested to share in their perspective, in their respective organization, which what is the primary role of IT in the organization? For example, if we say it's value creation, which era ka, or what's the primary role of IT in your organization? Why we acquire IT as part of the process? It might be nga for existence. I'm not sure. Anyone who want to share? Kung wala gadali ba? Sorry, si Arnel dili makasabot. I'm not sure what's the purpose of having ICT in the organization, or wala lang gipaki ang organization. It might be na wala because others have IT resources, and we think that we also have at least one to make our process efficient. So that's maybe the reason. But in terms of looking at the direction of the company, how it support the process, we don't know. Maybe you're not part of the admin in case you're not part. Anyone want to share? What do you think is the primary role of your IT in the organization? This is actually pertaining to what's the purpose of integrating IT in the organization. Anyone interested to share? And why do you think we are still, or your organization is still on that status? Matulog tani, Achar. No one wants to share the setup of the organization or the reason why they need to acquire IT? Si Miss Abarca? Yes, yes, Ma'am Arwina.
Hi,
LGU
sir.
man ka, ma'am, no?
Yes, sir.
So,
Basically, as you have said, sir, I'll confirm it. Efficiency pa po yung for efficiency pa po yung acquisition ng ICT for LGU. Kasi
sige, ma'am.
talagang
Sige.
paper-based pa ang government. Basically, more paper-based. Kasi meron ding mga regulatory regulations na kailangan ding i-comply, which is also
Paper-based.
paper-based din ang nire-require nila. So, pero moving forward, a little bit na po. Pero
Um,
under 1960s pa rin po.
no, pero maybe, although no, wala man na to close ang door automatic na it's about efficiency, but maybe we're looking, although the primary role may be on efficiency, but of course we are also looking at effectiveness, and sometimes because strategic information system is part of the direction of the company, maybe we are starting also on the strategic areas. The problem as of now is the actual implementation, because it's hard also to implement automatically. In fact, you don't have the entire information system yet, and this is more of a concern if one office or department, or in our perspective, one functional area of the organization is not yet using IT, or using IT as partially as part of their process. You cannot move on into transformation part. You will be stick towards efficiency to strategic part based on individual partner, meaning it's not the entire organization yet. The effort of putting IT in the organization is not yet part of the entire organization, because transformation will start when the organization is maybe primarily has an IT support for each of the major functional areas, or should I say functional areas of the organization. When I say functional, meaning department or major processes or team in the organization. Because I'm not sure, there might be organizations who are structured in a project-based type. Do we have, I know, do we have a organizational structure here wherein it's organized as if we are composed of teams rather than department? Do you have such an organization? I'm sure Novi and Jeb would, because they are connected to a school, so I'm sure they are not that type of organization. But I know some of the organization are actually divided into, they are more oriented into project based or by components rather than by department. No? How about Arnel, Mr. Liaguno,
Yes, sir. Actually, it's like that actually in my old
company?
workplace. Yes, my old company.
Uh-uh.
It was team-based, and I think with value creation because we were working online. So our primary role of the IT was actually heavily reliant on, of course, the IT role because, of course, we teach online. So the computers, the networking, and of course, that sort of value teaching students as well. So since it's all done online, so it's very, yes, community. I think it's part of the business as well, social community and social business as
Credits.
well,
So
and teams. Yes.
yes, you are already a reflection of what's the reality based on this reference.
Yes, sir.
Unlike in traditional organizations such as school or government organization, it's hard for us, in fact, to achieve value, the role of IT as creating value as part of the entire organization's effort. It might be that the role of IT can be transformative or value creation for a particular functional area or department. But for the entire organization, I haven't seen yet of a traditional organization, that means school, manufacturing company, maybe an enterprise, and other old companies try to create value out of the IT, because this is not also applicable to all. Example, for manufacturing company to create value, for a manufacturing company that uses primarily of IT, requires a lot of investment. Maybe this is applicable for Toyota, for instance, where assembly lines are composed of robots. But if you have a lot of people yet involved, you are not looking IT as value creator yet. You are still looking IT at maybe solving problems or increase individual effectiveness or group effectiveness. No? And maybe you are still planning for the transformation of your organization in terms of assembly lines. No? So depende sa type of business. It depends on what type of services or products you are producing. Okay. No, madugay dito ani kung inani akong style, no? So pero this is supposed to be the actual discussion. I forgot na supposed to be, I will end early, so I must scan this one. And if I want to big deep give a deeper emphasis of each item, I might need to create another video, or maybe I create an exercise for you to realize on that matter. Justify IT expenditures, we started with return on investment. And this is still our thinking as of now sometimes. And second, we have increasing productivity and better decision quality. Competitive position, I'm not sure, this is not yet, I haven't seen a lot of organization who uses IT expenditure as our competitive advantage. Netflix started with this one before, that's why they're following 80s and 90s yet. We try to position IT, use IT as a competitive advantage, meaning we are better with other companies or competitors because of our IT expenditures. During what year I took my master's? During my 2010 master's, we have seen at that time BPI uses IT expenditure to be their competitive advantage over other banks. Meaning the role of IT at that time is to, as part of transformation of the organization, but they're looking at investment in IT as a competitive advantage, meaning they've seen BPI as a leading bank who adapt for IT adoption, meaning if there are new technologies available to support banks, they most probably spend on that IT, but not for the purpose of looking at productivity or a return on investment, but to make this as an advantage or a good position over other banks. Ganun ang idea niya. So, in adding value, because this is the 2000 plus part, the the value of IT changed into value adding. That's the in the supply chain. That's we are more looking at a more better use of IT because it's also assumed that infrastructure processes within the organization is already in place. That's why we're looking for additional value that we can get from IT resources. When we identify informational assets, for example, from our business, that's the time we are now looking value. If you want to realize what is really the value of IT, for example, in a hotel company, these are a basic example in books, wherein if you have a chain of hotels and you gather good information about your customers, every time the customer will move to another hotel, you know already what this type of customer wants because you have already recorded and shared to to other branches of that particular hotel. So we are now looking at services for our customers that will add value. That means experience, additional experience to the customers. And if you want it IT as an advantage over others, for example, if you are the first company, for example, to implement crew nga robot, for example, diba? For instant for Jollibee type or a McDo type of restaurant or unsa na sila tawag, food industry. So you might be creating value to that, meaning using IT as an added value to your organization. Anyway, let's next is target of the systems, meaning we're looking now at the system itself. So the earlier we have organization, group, individual, but if we look to improve at the customer. So that's the target of the systems also. Then in terms of models to be used for organization information models, we started with application specific. That means we are looking at IT systems for specific applications. So for example, at that time, every functional areas of the department is actually looking at certain applications. So for example, during 1960s, we started, this is supposed to be 1960s, we're looking at the accounting system as system of one department. We have a human resource department as another. So that's the earlier side. And actually there are a lot of organizations are still looking at this side, functional specific. By 1980s, we have user-driven. The data-driven idea is that we will create a system because the organization now needs data for the organization. And user-driven now, we're looking at inputs from the users who uses that certain applications in the organization. By 90s, business, knowledge, then people-driven, relationship-driven. That's why we have also some social media as important aspect because when you're looking at the customer, the general idea of the information model is actually supporting the upper side or the target of the systems. If you are in general looking at it, but looking at the 2000 plus, the information model is knowledge driven, but the target systems is customer or supply ecosystem. It's not related, but we are still looking on how can we create actionable information from the idea of once we have the application, it's already started to gather data. And once you've realized that data is helpful, that's the 1970s, we are now decided that we need to gather some of the data to support our decision, and realizing that in the 80s, that user now has the ability to identify the data that they need. So now they are now imposing or uh, giving specification on what type of information dapat ang i-gather. And by 90s, we see that it's business driven, meaning this is the starting initiative on looking at the benefits of the information models to business. Then knowledge is now how to create actionable information, meaning decisions from our business decision and the data available within the organization. And the latest as of now is people driven or relationship driven, meaning our information models now target beyond within the organization's concern. So when we collect data, this is about information models. When we collect data, we are now targeting outside or our customers rather than within the organization. Or maybe we will include our competitors or suppliers or other stakeholders connected to the organization. Now, the information that we want to gather is outside the focus there. The focus is more on our relationship with outside organization, because it's also assumed that we started with simple information within. And the idea is that we already captured the information within the organization because maybe we have already systems supporting a majority of our process. Now we expand outside of the organization. That's the idea of information models. It doesn't need the explaining Michelle panel. Um, wait, where's the next is meron pang ayan, dominating technology. So and large organizations. So during 60s, we focus on mainframes that centralize intelligence, meaning one computer on handling the data. Then we move on to mini computer, mostly centralized intelligence systems. Don't entertain the idea of we have mini computer systems, but in reality, the look of mainframe and mini computers is still the same. No, it's the capacity and the speed of the processor or the advancement of the processes it can support. That's the point here. Then we focus on microcomputer or decentralized intelligence by 1980s. This is more on the availability of personal computers. That's why we have microcomputers. We look at individual desk now rather than one computer. Then by 90s, we have the client server. This is distributed intelligence, meaning we have data within the user side or the department. At the same time, we have data at the centralized server. That's the client server and server setup. But in reality, by 2000, maybe majority of you will already enrolled in the 2000 year. We are now on the internet stage. At that time, many of the applications used are created or developed by students, now focus on implementing systems over the internet. That's why the requirements of the majority of the schools at that time is web-based, because our environment or the majority of the systems at that time is already deployed over the web. So not change na din siya. And recently, we are now on social platforms, social networks, mobile and cloud. no, the dominating technology. Pero this is today and in the future. And okay, basta the idea. And I think you already understand that. I don't want to allocate more time on that. Basis of value. If you check the first three, the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, we're still on the stage of scarcity of data or the value of computers. In fact, we have confusion before. We still have a questions from the economics perspective that if we invest on IT on government organization, because private institution, the reason sometimes that they acquire IT is for sustainability, at the same time uh, of course creating value, but for government organization, the value, it might be the main reason maybe is cash. Then the first part is scarcity, meaning at that time we still need a lot of ICT resources, but the basis of value as of now on this later side is the plenitude, or a lot of information is already available, no, that so that's the reason plentitude na siya. Then the underlying economics, na first part is economics of information bundled with economics of things. Economics of information bundled with economic of things, similar with 1980s, and it changes only, I think, in 1980s, the setup in the 2000s, economics of information separated from economics of things. And the last part is economics of relationship bundled with economics of information. So any idea about economics of things? We have economics of information. I think you've one course dedicated to that. Then economics of relationship and economics of information. Because this is the more recent technology available. This is not necessarily about Internet of Things alone, because we're looking at the value it creates when you have Internet of Things within for example, within your household. The idea here is that if you're a company, we can relate more if I give example in the household. If you have, for example, allow here in the bundle with economics of information and relationship is that we allow Internet of Things to communicate independently of our decision, meaning we allow automate internet our communication or creating relationship between our Internet of Things, and this has implication on the economics, because there is a system, the Internet of Things systems can already predict, for example, what you need, and it can drive, for example, need between your in your refrigerator, for example, it can order itself and economics of information also, no, from economics of things. And IoT enable this relationship to be established to trigger, for example, pero as of now, if we cannot see the value of it on the perspective of the business strategies, for instance, but we are looking economics of information, because we embed already here the Internet of Things related items, which is not separated but connected, maybe in your organization or even in your household, or even your household already carry information related to economics, maybe your use of electricity, your use of your schedule at home, meaning we try to develop the money involved or the value involved in the implementation of your Internet of Things. That's the point here of reviewing. Where's the slide? the various stages from the role of IT related to strategic use of information resources in the organization. Okay, so value creation. I'll scan on the next slide. The strategic value of IS, the value creation. IS help firms address their internal and external circumstances. It enables manager to identify and use information resources strategy. These are common terms lang no na I don't think na we need to discuss in details. I want to focus on first this one, the assets, the information resources. So when we talk about information resources, we're looking at two aspects. First is the asset, IT assets, and the second one is IT capability. And we have the third one here, the process later. So IT assets, these are tangible or intangible, the hardware and the software side that can be used by a firm in its processes for creating. So we are referring here more on the IT infrastructure related to products, goods, or services produced by the company. On the other hand, we also considered information resources, the IT capability, meaning sometimes if you have a very good programmer or software developer, this can be an asset of the organization. That's why IT organization is looking for something like expert in a certain area, because this is considered an IT asset or of the company. Although it's about IT capability, but it's always related. You cannot maximize the use of your IT assets if you don't have IT capabilities. No, maybe you have a very good computers, but if you have limited people very knowledgeable on using the capability of your computer, so it will not be considered a very good information resources. They always go hand in hand. If you have a good IT assets or tangible and intangible assets or hardware software, it might need to pair with those capable appropriate users capabilities to support or to use efficiently or maximize the use of those IT assets. What are the other items more important? And its infrastructure, it can also be included as assets, your data, technology, people, and processes. And the information repository, the logically related data that is captured, meaning this is related to data, meaning it can be considered asset of the organization. With two, meaning and even assets pa rin ang services. Managers can manage it from importante. And so the categories also of IT capabilities, technical, the management, and relationship. I want to emphasize the importance of relationship skills as part of IT capabilities. We don't expect not only IT related, but one aspect is skills, technical skills, but we don't need to ignore. We need to give also importance of the IT management skills and relationship skills. I want to share that the IS program is designed to establish more important items on the capabilities of IT, focus on management and relationship skills, secondary technical skills. And like, for example, sa IT, these are IT capabilities which targeted technical skills, but on the IS program, we're focused on assumption that we have a background on technical skills, but we want to develop more on the value of management and relationship skills. No? And kanisha ma-review lang na ninyo ang type of information and resources, its definition and examples. So okay lang siya. And this one also. Advantage, anyway, this is part of a review, information resources, maybe then, so pailain din rin. I want also to look at managers must take multiple view of the strategic landscape. And if you want to have an overview of this one, third is focuses on the type of IS resources needed to gain competitive advantage. So to be able to grasp the multiple views of managers on a strategic landscape of information resources, so I'll create, and this there is an existing video on this one. The Porter's five forces model. I'm not sure who encountered this one during their undergrad years. The Porter's competitive model, five forces model or competitive model on the other one. Have you encountered this one? Anyone have encountered this um, Porter's model? Na ba? Anyone encounter? Wala?
Velasco sa una sir.
Lagi. Normally, compare Porter's five forces model is used to position yourself better than other competitors. No, and there are items in that. So that would be a separate discussion. This would be a reading slash video assignment for us. This is the explanation. Anyway, I'll provide an explanation that and another explanation with example. I think more on Zara's how Zara use Porter's model. Then the Porter's value chain model also, this is where the common practice of focusing on the expertise of the company, especially for team-based or organization are set up as a team rather than departments. We have the reason for converting organization into that type of organization is on the Porter's value chain model, where organization focus only on their expertise. That's the reason also for that reset up of or the reorganization. The third one, this is the this is the definition of Porter's value chain, and this is a diagram which will be explained in a separate video. Then resources to attain competitive. Can assign value to use information resources, because you have seen earlier that you can use IT as part as to connect outside of your organization. We have a strategic alliance and the type of strategic alliance. Then the potential on value or services. Example, in 1989, that's the idea of bad timing. But when they introduced Apple, introduced that in 2010. At that time. So sometimes that's why we are looking at, sometimes we say na swerte lang siya company because it demonstrates a good timing on the release of the product, meaning that the technology, the availability of technology is appropriate at that time. Because if we are too advanced of the use of technology, you might encounter oppositions or you might encounter problems because people are not yet ready to accept the technology. So you need to at least mind condition or provide conditions so that demand or use of that certain technology is also appreciated within the organization. Porters related and some example of the rest. No, I just want to hold and maybe other assets also, so that same discussion on this one, because this but in general the strategic use of information resources is more captured on this summary on every year. Unfortunately, our organization doesn't follow the expected era for large and medium and large enterprises. For example, we are connected more on smaller organizations or value out and structure. Di ba, gi-insulto gyud ko sa technology pagkapit na 7 kay naputol. Hello. Napa mo dira?
Napa, sir.
Here po, sir.
On the discussion. Anyway, any questions? And paso, expect other items that you think needs discussion, needs more clarification or discussion. As of now, that's it. Thank you for attending. I'm not sure if na-record tong naputol na video. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Sige, okay. Thank you for attending. Good evening once again. Enjoy the rest of the night. Enjoy.
Okay, sir. Bye.